What's going on, YouTube? It's the big homie back again with another video to get y'all up off y'all ass and moving. Now, this video is going to be about addiction.
I wrote this shit to talk about the word addiction.
No, not drug addiction, not alcohol addiction, but food addiction. Something that's so prevalent in many of our lives. I know it is in mine, and maybe it is in yours. And I'm guessing if you stop by this video, that it's in yours or it's somebody that you love, that you know. So I got 6 tips for you guys about how to combat your food addiction and your eating habits. Now let's stay tuned and we'll get into it. Before we get into tip 1, I want to let you guys know that I'm not just making this video for you guys. I'm also making this video for me as well, because you're not alone in this journey, right? You're not alone. There's people all around the world who are dealing with this same problem, right? Eating. Food is good. Like, let's not even cap. Let's not even play around about it. Food is good. It's fire, right? If you got a grandma or something like that cook real good, you already know how it is. But yo, don't give up. I encourage everybody to keep doing research and keep finding better ways to better your eating habits and things of that nature. All right, now let's really get into it. Now, tip 1, decide that you want to actually make a change. Now, don't just wake up one day and just be like, all right, I'm about to change my eating habits. Nah, like, put some thought into it, bro. Like, weigh the pros and cons and everything like that. Decide this is something that you really want to do. Like, I looked up the definition of change, and the definition of change actually means to make someone or something different, better, or newer. And the someone is you, me, and the something is our eating habit. And we want to make it new and we want to make it different, right? For the sake of our health. Because we know, like, if we keep eating the way that we eat, our health is just going to deteriorate. And everything that we worked hard for in our journey, or that you're going to work hard for in your journey, it's all going to go out the window. So let's decide that we want to make that change, and let's decide that we're going to stick to it come hell or high water. We're going to get it done. Tip number 2, be aware of your triggers and your eating habits. Like, if you have to keep a journal or something like that and write down what time of day you eat, do that for a week and then look over it on Sunday or something like that. And then I'm pretty sure you will see a pattern in your eating habits. Now, I know what my eating habits are. I know what my triggers are. One of my biggest triggers is when we cook for the kids, that stuff be looking heat when it come out the oven or when it's done on the stove, whatever it may be, it be looking fire. Majority of the time I eat something different because I meal prep. And I might see a chicken tender and some fries. I might walk past, grab one, smash it. I might come back, grab 3 more. I might come back again. Now I got a whole plate. That's a trigger for me. It's just I done had a long day. I done walked past the food numerous times. I can't just let it go to waste. Somebody got to eat it. So it might as well be me, right? That's the wrong mentality to have. But that's me. Know your triggers and know your weaknesses. Like, and one more thing, don't put yourself in compromising situations, right? Like I said in the first tip, decide that you want to make a change. If you already decided that change is what you're going to do, don't put yourself in compromising situations. If you got to turn down that kicking it with your boys or your girls or going over your family house or whatever, because you know every time you go these places, y'all drinking, y'all eating. If you have to avoid those places in order to reach your goals, and that's what you got to do. Like, that don't make you a bad friend. That don't make you anything less than somebody who decided for themselves that they're going to make a change. So, like I said, know your weaknesses, know your triggers, and don't put yourself in compromising situations. Tip number 3, which is easily one of the most important tips because it's going to help you plan, it's going to help you prepare, and that is to meal prep and plan your meals accordingly. However long you can meal prep, I suggest meal prepping that long. Well, I don't suggest meal prepping more than 5 days because we know food is going to spoil and everything like that. So I suggest meal prepping for at least 5 days if you can. If you can't, do what you can, and that's a good start. But the reason for meal prepping is you're going to basically prepare yourself for the day. Prepare yourself for what's going to lie ahead. Like, if you have a long day at work, you get off late. And many of you know you get off late. The last thing you want to do is go home and cook, right? Especially something healthy. So what you gonna do? You're gonna get in your whip and you're gonna go to Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, Hardee's, whatever. You're not gonna want to go home and cook, but if you already got the meal prep at the crib, boom, you already know. I'm just go in, heat it up, and go on about my day. And another thing is gonna help for if you get on TikTok, if you get on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, like there are healthy recipes everywhere. Like anything you want to find, you can find it. And that's specifically for the, let's say the culinarily challenged.
You say you cooked there? You did there?
Or the people who are not one with the spatula. Like everybody know this type of person. No offense to you if that's you, but you probably need to step your game up. But anyway, yeah, it'll help you also if you get on these websites and these search engines and this social media, and you can find out what you like and what you don't like. Experiment with different things. Experiment with different food. Like my main thing, I like turkey meat and I like chicken. I do broccoli. I might do Brussels sprouts and some rice, whatever. But sometimes I like to mix it up. I tried lamb. It's not for me. That smell pretty much took out the whole house. It's not for us. We won't be having any lamb in this house anytime soon. But if lamb is your thing, lamb is lean. It's lean meat. It's real good. It's pretty good. As in lean, as in healthy. It's not good eats to me, but it may be to you. I suggest trying out different things, seeing what works for you, and yeah, doing things that way. Experiment, make it fun. Don't use it as something that's, you have to dread doing. You don't have to. Make it fun. Make it for you. Make it a good experience for your journey. Tip number 4, write down your goals. Write down your goals.
Do it! Just do it!
And put them somewhere that you are going to walk past them on a regular basis. If you go in the bathroom first thing in the morning, tape that joint right there on the mirror. When you walk out the door for work, tape that joint right there on the back of the door, right? You want to see those goals at multiple times a day. When you get up, when you leave the house, when you come home, before you go to bed, before you work out, before you eat, you want to see these goals. You want to keep the goal right there in front of you. You never want to lose sight of that, because that's what's going to keep you consistent. That's what's going to hold you accountable. It's seeing your goals on a regular basis, reading them, and that's when it becomes real to you. Is when you see those goals and you feel obligated to live up to those goals. If you want to lose weight, if you want to eat healthy, write your goals down, stick them around the crib, and memorize them joints so that when it's time for you to execute, you can do that. You already have your goals in your mind, and it's trickling down into your heart, and you know what you need to do. All right, tip 5. Don't have tempting food in the house. Now, I'm not really going to go into many details about this specific tip because it's pretty self-explanatory. If you don't buy the food, you won't have it in the house. Therefore, you cannot eat the food. It's plain and simple. That's that. All right, now tip number 6. Find people who will hold you accountable. Find a group of people who are going to push you, motivate you, lift you up when you're right, and also let you know when you're wrong, right? You don't want people in your life who are going to say, yo, it's good. Like, you can eat that. You can eat that burger, that triple cheese. You can eat that, and you would be all right. You don't want people like that in your life. If you already made it clear to your people that, yo, I'm making this change. I don't eat like that no more. I don't want to eat like that. You don't want them people around you if they're going to be like, yo, why you that's corny. You don't want to do that. You see this food? You've been eating this food your whole life. Yeah, and that's the problem. We've been eating this food our whole life. That's the problem. It's okay. It's okay to have people around you that are going to tell you, yo, you shouldn't have ate that. You steadily sit here talking about you want to change this and you want to change that. You want to lose weight. You want to eat better. But you keep going and getting the ribs from City Barbecue, the full platter, not the half, right? You want the full thing with the pulled chicken on the side. You need people around you who are literally going to push you, who are literally going to let you know, like, yo, you messing up and you need to tighten up. And I want y'all to understand that the people who are hardest on you in your life, the people who are actually holding you accountable, are the ones that want to see you succeed the most. Those are the ones that love you. Not saying that your family that's not on board with what you're doing, not saying they don't love you. they possibly just don't understand why you're doing it, because they've been doing it their whole life. They've been eating like that their whole life. But you want something different, and that's cool. You just have to show them by your consistency. You just have to show them better than you can tell them. So keep people in your life that are going to keep you accountable and keep you pursuing your goals and pushing you to do the things that we said that we were going to do. Don't take it the wrong way if they on your ass, because that's really what we need. Because this food addiction, these bad eating habits, it's not easy to break. So you're going to need people in your corner to tell you the right thing, even when it feels wrong. All right, before we go, now y'all know I can't just leave off and just end the video without giving you guys something to go to sleep with, wake up with, and just have for your day, something for y'all to think about, right? Like, let's talk about change, right? Let's talk about, it's painful, right? Change is painful. Change is slow. It always has been. It always will be. In the words of the great philosopher, Jermaine Cole, he said it best. Change is slow. Always has been. Always will be. But what he left out is change is painful. Now, we live in an era where everybody's talking about, yo, I'm changing, I'm growing, I'm self-betterment, self-empowerment, this, and that. And the third, a lot of people don't talk about the pain that come behind it. You got to deal with things that you refused to deal with before in order for you to grow, in order for you to get to where you're trying to get to. And it's going to bother you. Some of the things that you're going to have to do, you're going to have to do them. If you've dedicated yourself to growing yourself for either yourself or your why or your kids or your wife or whatever it may be, it's going to hurt. Like, it's going to hurt like hell. Like, you might have to cut off a homeboy. You might have to cut off a homegirl. You might have to cut off a family member. You might have to cut off whatever it may be. You might have to stop doing something that you love doing because it's hindering you, it's holding you back from reaching your full potential and reaching your goals, right? And you're going to see things that you don't really want to see. You're going to see people in a light that you didn't want to see them in, but you cannot ignore it, right? If it's time for you to leave that space, like, you got to leave that space. And guess what? It ain't nothing wrong with that. And there's going to be people that try to tell you, like, yo, you foul, yo, you this, you fake, you're not a real nigga, whatever it may be. If in order for you to grow, if you can't be a real nigga, bro, you can't be a real nigga then. And that's okay. As long as you dedicating yourself to growing. Don't put so much stock into what people saying about you. Don't put too much stock into how people feel about your journey and what you're trying to do for yourself. How they gonna tell you that you can't do it? How they gonna tell you wrong for trying to better yourself? They definitely not wrong for trying to better themselves. However they choose to do it, but you choosing to do it the way you want to choose to do it, and that's perfectly fine. You're gonna have to acknowledge things that you did not want to acknowledge prior to accepting the challenge of bettering yourself. So I want y'all to understand, like, this just comes with it. The pain comes with it. But on the other side, everything that you lose, you're going to get it back tenfold on the other side. So don't even worry about nothing. Your shorty left you, don't worry about it. Your dude left you, don't even worry about it. You got a husband, you got a wife waiting for you on the other side. Just give it some time. Enjoy the journey. Don't make it something that you got to hate. Don't make it something that you got to dread. Make it something that you love doing. Make it something that you're going to love every step of the way. Even though it's some pain involved, keep making progress every day. Keep fighting every day and trying to be the best you that you can possibly be today. Don't worry about tomorrow until you wake up in the morning. You got it? All right, man, let's go. Let's be great. Let's try to conquer these eating habits. Let's keep going on these journeys, and don't let anything or anybody deter you from those things. Peace.